All right, so we're going to graph this using transformations. First, we have to get it in the form. So take f of x and keep the negative 3x squared. I'm going to throw in an extra step here. And then scoot that negative 4 down to the end. All right, now we have to factor out that negative 3. So it's going to be negative 3 times x squared. Then this is going to be minus 4x. Okay, so that's how you get a positive 12x, you know. You take that 12 divided by negative 3, you're getting negative 4. Okay, now we've got to complete the square. Okay, so take negative 4, divide it by 2, and square it. So that's going to be negative 2 squared, which is 4. So I'm going to add a 4 right in there, right inside the parentheses. But because it's added inside the parentheses, I didn't really add a 4. I really added a negative 12. Okay, so I got to do the opposite of adding negative 12. I have to add a positive 12. So I hope that makes sense. There's examples in the book, and I think there's more videos from the book as well. That's the tricky part. All right, now we're going to write it. Negative 4 times x minus 2 squared plus 8. And now we know everything. But this time we do have a stretch, you know, to it. And it's going to be upside down. Okay? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to graph. I'll just treat it like this. G of x equals negative 3x squared. Now, I'm not going to make the basic one. We've done that a lot. But here's the table of values for the basic one. Okay. I'll just put y. Well, if it's x squared, I'll just put that. Okay. So you have negative 2, 4, negative 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, oops, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2, oops, 4. Okay, but what we're going to do then is we're going to multiply all of those by negative 3. So our points would be, this will be for g of x. We'd still have negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. But now our outputs are going to be negative 12, negative 3, 0, negative 3, negative 12. Okay? So that looks like negative 2, negative 12 is going to be like down here someplace. Negative 1, negative 3 is right there. And then 0, 0. And then 1, negative 3. And then 2, negative 12. And I'll show you why I'm doing this. It's a lot easier to get the shape first and then do the shifting, okay? So, and that's the tricky part, is getting that shape. Okay, so we took care of this part. Now, we're going to take that green parabola that I have, and it's going to shift. It's going to shift 2 to the right, so 2 right, and then 8 up. Okay, so I'm going to take all those points that I just graphed on the green parabola, and I'm going to move them up 8, and I'm going to move them to the right 2. Okay, so I was at negative 12. If I add 8, that's going to give me a negative 4, and then I got to move over 2. So that's this one right there. That's that point, okay? Now I'm going to take this point, and I'm going to move it up 8. It's going to come way up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 2. So it's right there. So that was that point right there. So you can count it out. So did I go up 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And did I go to the right 2? Yes. Now I'm going to take the vertex right here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shift it up 8 and over 2. So it'll be right there. And now I know it's symmetric, right? So I've got the first 3 points. I've got all these points going on here. And so I've got a point here And I've got a point here. I really wish this program, I'm going to try to fix it over the weekend. Okay, so do you see the parabola? It's a little tricky. And in WebAssign, you know, when you're graphing a parabola, you just have to know 2 points, and then it's going to graph the parabola for you. But you have to know how to do them by hand sometimes, so practice on some paper. Okay, there's our beautiful parabola. All right. And this is when we had it in that standard form we were talking about. Okay,